You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. Say that. I am a champion.
I am a champion.
And I never fail.
And
I never fail.
My failure is simply a learning tool.
My failure is simply a learning tool.
Yes. So, and here's the foundation for that. Here's what helped me turn that corner, because when I started the campaign to speak against my reality, you see, what happens is you have dual reality. They call it quantum physics. And quantum physics simply means that there is another reality existing dually with your reality. That here is your visual reality, and then here is the celestial reality. That there is a dual reality that exists at the same time. In fact, in 1 Corinthians 15, it talks about the celestial and the terrestrial. Terrestrial meaning here on the terrain. Celestial meaning in the heavens. Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for good for those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. In other words, and Paul was in prison when he wrote this. In other words, when the Holy Spirit gave him this, he said that no matter what is going on with you, whatever your circumstances are presenting to you, I'm going to let it work out to your benefit, to your favor, because you know my name and you are my team. In other words, like Jordan said, I failed 9,000 times, and that's how I became so successful. So don't accept any kind of setback, because a setback ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback. Say that, a setback ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback.
Ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback.
That's right. And don't feel kooky and crazy when you start saying things that aren't in your current reality, because you are in good company. Because Jehovah God, the Most High God, in Romans 4:17 says, even God who quickeneth the dead and calleth those things that be not as though they were. I mean, I start telling folks, I don't earn less than $10,000 a month. And some folks that knew me would be like, come on, Diamond. Come on, man. You earn $669.69. You so broke you can't pay attention. I said, man, that's what you see. But what I see is I don't earn less than $10,000 a month. And let me tell you, about 90 days later, see, there's a 90-day cycle where the universe lines up with your words. That's why it's 30, 60, 100-fold. Sometimes it's about 30 days, sometimes it's about 60, sometimes 100. I like 90. That's why a lot of major corporations will do what's called a 90-day blitz. Many of you heard about 90-day blitz, because 90 days is the momentum cycle. Say that. 90 days is my momentum cycle.
90 days is my momentum cycle.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called collapsing time frames. I want you to say this with me. As of January 5th, 2022.
As of
January 5th, 2022.
We're collapsing time frames.
I am collapsing time frame.
What used to take 90 days.
What used to take 90 days.
I'm going to get it done in 30.
I'm going to
get it done in 30.
Now your mind, now your subconscious mind and your conscious mind is home to itself. We've got to get this done. Its fiduciary responsibility is to put you at the right place at the right time to meet the right people to make it happen. I'm telling you, when you say things like that I'm collapsing time frames. And what used to take me 90 days, I'm going to get done in 30 days. Your subconscious mind will put you at the right place at the right time to bring the right people across your path. Am I hollering at y'all?
No.
Good.
No, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. So, have you ever, I know you have you ever thought of someone, been talking about someone, and then be thinking about how they doing, and then all of a sudden they call you?
Yes.
Yep.
Or you're thinking about somebody, you're talking to them, and then you see them.
Yes.
And you're like, oh man, I was just talking about you. I was just thinking about you.
Yep.
So we take that kinetic energy and that psychic energy and that clairvoyance for granted. But that is a true power, a true energy that you can exercise and implement in your everyday life. And that is activating your conscious and your subconscious mind, and then zeroing in, creating a vision in your mind, calling those things that be not as though they were, and then watching them manifest. I want you to say this with me. There's nothing I can't do.
There is nothing I can't do.
I want a little more to it. I want a little more slap your mama. I want a little more eat them greens and black eyed peas to it. Okay, here we go. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Marcia, close your mouth. Close your mouth. Okay, and I missed you too. All right, here we go. In 2022.
In 2022.
There's nothing I can't do.
There is nothing I can't do.
I know. Thank y'all for putting correct vernacular there. Sometimes I just get a little, ain't nothing I can do. Okay, we're going to do it with correct vernacular. Oh, gee. Okay. I got issues, y'all. Don't worry about it. My doctor said take 2 and call him in the morning. In 2022.
In 2022.
There is nothing I cannot do.
There is nothing that I cannot do.
Say this with me. I wake each morning.
I wake each morning
Full of energy.
full of energy
That's true.
And vitality.
and vitality.
Anxious to enjoy another day.
Anxious to enjoy another day.
Okay, so here's what I want you to understand. It took about 90 days, and someone came across my path and said, you know, I really like you, and you should be earning $10,000 to $15,000 a month. And I thought, oh my goodness, I need to slap a bald head monkey. Wait a minute, this thing works. I'm serious. I got into this program. I got into this new position. I was earning $10,000, $15,000 a month within 90 days. And I said to God, I said, Lord, I know you're busy, but you think we can make that 20? You see,
Yes.
you are as powerful as your ability to imagine. You know, God told Abraham, you can have as far as you can see. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see for yourself? So what we're going to do in this collaborative effort is we're going to shadow norms. From this day forward, I want you to say this with me. From this day forward,
From this
day forward,
I no longer say the normal, I'm so tired.
I
no longer say the normal, I'm so
I'm
tired.
so tired.
You know, I caught myself one day saying, I am so tired. I heard a woman once, she said, I'm so tired, girl, I can fall over and die. And I looked at her and said, you ain't that tired. Come on now. If you're that tired, you shouldn't even be out here. But you know, we say these exacerbated statements, and we think that they go unacknowledged. But our subconscious mind picks them up. And that's where our glass ceiling is created. Because we habitually say things like, you know, things just aren't working out for me. People aren't responding. You know, I heard Joel Osteen say a part of his climb to success was that he would pray to God and he would continually say that when people hear my voice, they cannot change the channel. they cannot stop listening to me. I want you to start quoting Acts 6 and 10. Acts 6 and 10 says they were unable to resist the intelligence, the wisdom, and the spirit from which he spoke, because you speak from the spirit of Christ or whatever authority you're coming from. So I want you to start saying they are unable to resist. Say this with me. The people I speak to,
The people I speak to
are unable to resist my intelligence.
are unable to resist my intelligence,
My spirit,
my spirit,
my warmth,
my warmth,
my authenticity.
my authenticity.
And once they hear it,
And once they hear it,
they want to join my team.
they want to join my team.
Right. So what happened now, as soon as you said that, your subconscious mind is going to start working on the spirit and the intelligence and the authenticity and the genuality of which you speak. And what I want you to do from this day forward is I want you to start practicing authenticity and sincerity, because, people oftentimes may not remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. I have a lot of people from around the world that call me, and sometimes I'll answer the phone and they'll be like, Diamond, I didn't want you to pick up the phone. I just want to hear your answering service, man. I got a couple of people here. I've been telling them about it, and they just want to get fired up, man. I'm like, oh my God, y'all didn't want to talk to me. You just want to hear my answer? Okay, good. Okay. All right, love you, man. I'm out of here. But people, I have like long relationships because I practice on making people feel good. And you know what? Call me Dr. Feel Good. But, I got this when I got issues, man. Close your mouth. I got issues, y'all. So anyway, when I was a kid, Bruce Lee was around. Bruce Lee, we used to go watch Enter the Dragon. Enter the Dragon. And when we got out of the movies, man, we'd be karate chopping and kicking and throwing blows. And man, it got down in our spirit, and we thought we was Bruce Lee, mess around and get beat down somewhere. We thought we was Bruce Lee, making it happen. And the same is true for today. Whatever it is you're watching gets in your spirit. And I want you to know that every time you speak, every time I speak, every time I interact with people, my objective, they don't realize it, but my objective is to win an Oscar. I'm somewhere over the rainbow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. Like, every time I speak, it's like the movie Ray. When I watched the movie Ray, I was so into the movie, like Ray actually changed into Ray Charles, man. I mean, Ray was Ray, man. I mean, Jamie became Ray. And that's why he got the Oscar. I remember when I went down to LA to kick it with Jamie. And I was in the back of the limo with him. And I told him, we were down in LA. And I said, look here, Jamie, man. Hey, look out, man. I apologize. I didn't make it down when you got your star. And I want you to know, man, we love you. And we loving you in the barbershop, man. Everybody's loving you. And he started doing the Ray thing. And I was laughing. He went right into character.
I'll make it do what it
The
do.
question is, what character are you in? The question is, what haven't you shattered through your glass ceiling? Your economic glass ceiling, your emotional glass ceiling, your physical glass ceiling, your spiritual glass ceiling. Say this with me. As of today, I receive no limits.
I receive no limit.
No borders.
No borders.
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
to my success.
to my success.
If someone else has done it,
If someone else has done it,
I can do it.
I can do it.
And I'm going to tell myself right now,
And I'm telling myself right now,
it's time for me to play a bigger game.
it's time for me to play a bigger game.
Bigger game.
It's time for me to shatter through my glass ceiling.
It's time for me to
Shatter through my glass ceiling.
It's time for me to reach in the lion's mouth,
It's time
Time to reach in the lion's mouth
take what belongs to me.
and take what belongs to me.
So let's talk about that whole psychological methodology of thinking and mindset. Because what's going to happen is, have you ever gone to a website and when you try to leave their site, and then a little pop-up comes up and says, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to leave?" You're like, "I'm trying to leave." I'm like, "I want to leave. Don't make me get, black in here. I'm trying to leave, man." And then you click the button and say yes. And then another pop-up comes and says, "Are you sure?" You're like, "Get me off this site." Well, that's called the default. They have a default set so that when you try to get off of it, it wants to keep you on it. Your mind, your spirit, your body has a default. And people say, "Why can't I lose weight?" You got to reset the default. "Why can't I break through my financial status?" You got to reset the default. "Why can't I seem to have a spiritual life like I want to?" You got to reset the default. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to call those things that be not as though they were. We're going to shatter through our glass ceiling. We're going to say those things about ourselves consistently. Because consistency and persistency is the sandpaper that'll sand away any obstacle in your path. In the confrontation between the stream and the rock, who wins? The stream. Because the stream just keeps hitting that rock. You go down to the ocean, you see those big rocks with holes in it. That's because that water just keeps crushing it and bashing at it, and it won't stop. Consistency and persistency is the sandpaper that'll sand away any obstacle in your path. In the confrontation between the stream and rock, the stream wins because persistency and consistency will always transform your world. So say this with me. As of today. Somebody need to turn that Rick James song off. All right, let's do this with a little more. Did I hear somebody playing Rick James? Did I see somebody playing? If y'all playing Rick James and somebody show up with a Rick James wig on, that's it. I'm out of here. Shoot. All right, here we go. All right, close your mouth. As of today. I give myself permission.
I give myself permission
and the authority.
To
only act on
the
positive, powerful, effective things that I say. Okay, so let me wrap this up because we're going to keep moving forward. All of this reminds me of Mary Kay. I've shared this with you when I met with you in Alameda, and I'm a series motivational teacher, trainer, developer, master sales trainer, expert in personal development, and I believe in redundancy. Because if redundancy wasn't effective when employed properly, McDonald's would only run one commercial and let it go. Burger King would run one commercial and let it go. Wendy's would run one commercial and let it go. And sometimes I wish they would so I could watch my program. They understand. They got to get it in your spirit. They understand they got to get it down inside of you. You got to see it so many times. They call it top frontal thinking. They got to the point where people got to the point where they didn't say anymore, hey, could you burn a copy of this? They ran so many commercials, people would say things like, you Xerox this for me. When you think of detergent, they want you to think Tide. When you think of any kind of bleach, any kind of whitener, they want you to think bleach. I want you to get some consistent sayings that they become top frontal thinking. That you stop saying, I'm so sick and tired. You know what, girl, I can't seem to lose weight. You know what, man, I can't lose weight. I look at a couple of Twinkies and gain 5 pounds. You got your mind bouncing around, wondering what the heck are they saying? What do they mean? Stop, please stop. Could you say one thing consistently? So when I say reach into the lion's mouth and take what belongs to you, just the very connotation, just the very image of reaching into the lion's mouth is scary. That's why most people aren't successful, because they don't get past their own fears. I want you to say this with me. As of today.
As of today.
A little more authority. As of today.
As of today.
I don't accept any fears.
I don't accept any fears.
Any roadblocks.
Any roadblocks.
Any detours that take me off my objective.
Any detours that take me off my objective.
Let's do it again. As of today.
As of today.
I don't accept any fear.
I don't accept any fear.
Any fear.
Any roadblocks.
Any roadblocks.
Anything that takes me off my objective.
Anything that takes me off my objective.
I'm speaking the right words.
I'm speaking the right words.
Right words.
At the right time.
At the right time.
Right.
To be effective.
To be effective.
And super successful in every area of my life.
And super successful in every area of my life.
Good. That had authority too. Good. I want to share with this Mary Kay. I talked about it before, but again, as I said, I'm into redundancy and I had to lay that foundation. So Mary Kay, 2 weeks before they were about to launch, they were at the kitchen table, her and her husband. He fell over and died at the kitchen table. Mary Kay was shocked. You know, she had to go into a shock, a panic, the spirit of depression, anxiety, fear had to jump on that little woman. All of her family, the attorney, they all said, Mary, don't do it. Don't do it, because her husband was the brains of the organization. He understood everything. She didn't. Mary Kay jumped up and said, I got the courage to get this done. Say that with me. I got the courage to get this done.
I got the courage to get this done.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I want you to get that in your spirit one more time, because I want you to know when you get knocked down, and you're going to get knocked down, when things don't go your way and things are going to set themselves up where sometimes they're not going to go your way, you're going to remember Romans 8:28 that says, all things work together for good for those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Mary Kay said, I got the courage to get this done. And when you run into a tough situation and you find yourself not getting the results that you want, you say to yourself, I'm helping 10 families join my team this month. And those 10 families are going to get 2 people. And I'm going to be the best leader and the best manager that I've ever been. There's a great leader in me, and I give him permission, her permission, to surface and soar. Now say this, I've got the courage to get it done.
I got the courage to get this done. That's right.
That's right. That's right. Now let's say it again because I want you to get this in your spirit. I got the courage to get this done.
I got the courage to get this done.
They told Mary Kay, why don't you just, baby, come on, Mary, come on. Now, it's all right. It's all right. And she was a little woman. So, she was feisty. She said, no, I got the courage. She jumped up at the kitchen table and said, we're moving forward. She said, we're moving forward. No matter the circumstances, no matter the situation, no matter what people say, we're moving forward. Say that with me. We're moving forward.
We're moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
No matter what comes against me.
No matter what
comes against me.
No matter what the circumstances.
No matter what
the circumstances.
You gotta go.
Come rain, sleet, or snow.
Come
Rain, sleet, or snow.
I'm moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
Because
Huh?
I got the courage to get it done.
I got the courage to get it done.
I want you to say this with me with some real NAO global authority. I'm big enough to do it.
I'm big enough to do it.
Right. I want you to get that down in your spirit. There were times when I was building the company and I was taking care of the kids. I'll never forget we were going to the hospital to visit the wife who was dying. She came from 140 pounds to like 60 pounds. The kids were outside the door crying. I was in there singing gospel songs to her, encouraging her in the Lord. And I had to say to myself, I'm big enough to do this. She said, Michael, you take care of those kids. You take care of the kids for me, Michael. You better take care of the kids. I said, baby, I got this. I got it, baby. I got it. And I got that down in my spirit that I'm big enough to do it. I got the courage to move forward. It's time to play a bigger game. Now say it again with some authority. I got the courage to get it done.
I got the courage to get it done.
Yes. There were many nights I cried. And there's going to be many nights that a tear is going to roll over the bridge of your nose. And there's going to be that voice that says to you, am I crazy for this? Can I do this? Can I get this done? Yes, you're big enough to do it. As Mary Kay said, and I want you to take this with me. This is your diamond. That's your diamond. That you got the courage to get it done. You're big enough to do it. And that it's time to play a bigger game. And that when it gets hard, and it's going to get hard, and when it doesn't work out, and it's going to have times when it doesn't work out, you got to understand that that's the chisel at work. That's the master chiseling you to fit into that opportunity that's before you. And you got to keep moving forward. You got to call those things that be not as though they were. You got to understand that regardless of the circumstances, that it's all going to work out for you. I want you to remember this and get this in your spirit. When you face your situations, your eyes see the situation. Your mind interprets it. Your mouth speaks what your belief system has been programmed to speak. Your words are a direct reflection of your interpretation of your programming. So when you catch yourself saying negativity, correct yourself and be like, no, I'm not tired. I want you to say this. No, I'm not tired. I'm challenged.
No, I'm not tired. I'm challenged.
See, that's all you really are. You're challenged. Yes, you are. You are physically feeling the taxation. But what happens is when we use the word I'm tired, our whole body starts to slump. Right. You got to remember, in order to shatter through your glass ceiling, you got to be what other people are unwilling to be. You got to do what other people are unwilling to do. You got to go places people are unwilling to go. You got to say things other people are uncomfortable saying. Like I say each morning, sometimes I got to roll my body out the bed. I hit the ground. I got to pour water on my head and I hop up and say this. I wake each morning full of energy and vitality anxious to enjoy another day. And my flesh said, boy, you lying. You is lying. You so tired. You so tired. You so sick of being tired. See, your flesh is going to fight you to stay in that free train position. You've got to use your mouth to transform your world. You got to remember that enthusiasm is your trumpet. Positivity is your force. Optimism is your perspective. And the Lord is your foundation. Therefore, you got to make sure you allow no situation nor circumstances to throw you, confuse you, control you, nor intimidate you. You're going to speak positivity and understand that you're a winner, a champion, and all things are designed for you to do one thing, and that's win, 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 no matter what. Colonel Sanders, as I close this, was sitting under a tree about to commit suicide. His wife had left him, was going through a divorce. His child left him. He was 65 years young, earning $205 a month. Imagine that. He was earning $205 a month, and he made this statement. He was about to commit suicide. And he made this statement. I'm going to give it one more try. And that empowered him. And he said, I'm ready for the challenge. And it took him 1,107 tries to get his first contract. So I want you to understand this. Like Mary Kay, when something dies and don't work out, you jump out and say, I got the courage to get it done. And you say it with conviction. And get it in your spirit every day. Just keep saying, I got the courage to get it done. They're going to say, what, baby? Whatever it is. I got the courage to get it done. Like Colonel Sanders, you're going to have situations where you talk to people and they're going to think, black water? What are you talking about? I don't want to, that's okay. No. And you're gonna say to yourself, that's okay. Because the choice is clear. The water's black. And we're about changing lives. So what you want to do is you want to tell people, hey, I got something I'm so excited about. I just want you to give me your opinion about it. I got something I want you to read and then tell me what you think. Don't sell nobody nothing. People don't like to be sold.
Right.
People like to be informed.
That's right.
People like to be set up. We all like to be set up. We want to be set up. We want to be wooed. We want to be romanced. Okay? So that's why Hollywood is so powerful. So you got to entertain. You got to say things like, I am so excited. I have been exposed to an opportunity that I'm excited. I get an opportunity to help people change their lives. They're going to be like, girl, what you on? Did you smoke one? What? They're going to be like, girl, what you drinking? Man, what you on? What you doing over there? Like, oh, man, I'm into changing lives. You got to get that in your spirit. Say that with me. I'm into changing lives.
I'm into changing lives.
Right. You got to say it. You got to say it like you're trying to win an Oscar now. You can't say it like you just bit a pickle or a lemon. I'm changing lives. I'm changing lives. They're going to be like, well, change it by yourself because you're ugly and you got a big head. I don't want to look at you.
Oh, my God.
You got to say it with some romance and some sexy, too. No, I still got it, y'all. I still got it. I got the two-step. I still got it. Close your mouth. You got to say it with a little pizzazz, like, ooh, I'm excited. People love enthusiastic people. So you got to say it with some excitement. So remember, like Colonel Sanders, when you run against your obstacles, and you're going to run into them. When you run into your no's, and you're going to get them. Remember that I take no's like a vitamin pill. I like to get on people's nerves just a little bit. Like when they say no, I'm like, what did you mean? Like, huh? No. Did I say something wrong? Dude, what's wrong with you? I heard was that people are so negative. They say no just as a knee-jerk reaction. Like, no. They're so afraid that they might like it. Because people that are spenders, I tell you no real fast. That's what you got to learn about sales. Spenders say no real fast because they know they're spenders. That's why when I go in a shop and I'm looking at suits and the guy says, you look really good in that suit, I know I got to run because I like that. I'm like, really? Yes, man, you look really good in that one. You need to have that one in your closet. I'm like, don't say that again to me because I'm ready to buy something. So, you know what I mean? Like, and women, y'all love to shop. I heard this one woman say, woo, 25% discount. She said, really? 25% discount? She said, yeah, girl. And tomorrow it's going to be 50%. She said, that's stealing. She said, 75% on Friday, 75%. We robbing them. Let's go. People love a deal. People love to be wooed. People love to hear positive things about themselves. So make sure that you're completing and saying positive affirmations about yourself. I want you to create a never again list. I'm never again going to say, I'm so stupid. I'm so crazy. I'm just so tired. Things aren't working out for me. You know what? The kids is getting on my nerves. Them little dang demons, I'm going to kill them. You got to create a never again list. Write that down. I'm going to create a never again list. And whatever it is that you've been doing that's negative, put it on there and look at it and call yourself on the carpet. Now imagine this in closing. On the 1100th try from Colonel Sanders, woo, he had to be beat up, man. 1100 no's. And you know, I want you to understand that you're closer than you think. All he had to do was speak to 7 more people, and it was going to turn into a $1 trillion franchise all around the world. Just remember, accept your no's with encouragement and excitement. Don't get offended. Do like Mary Kay. I got the courage to get this done. Be like Colonel Sanders. I'm going to give it one more try. And if it takes 1102, 107, I'm going to get this done because I'm big enough to do it. And I want you to understand it's time for you to play a bigger game, and you just do like Colonel Sanders, and you do like Mary Kay, and you keep moving forward. No matter what the situation is, you speak to your situation. You call those things that be not as though they were. You talk to your mind. You speak positivity. You call those things that be not as though they were. You put a dollar amount in play and say, I don't earn less than $10,000 a month. And it would feel real good to earn $50,000 a month because I don't earn less than $50,000. Find a number. Be specific. And remember, I want you to speak to your world. Create your world. It's time for you to shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth, and take what belongs to you. Remember that you are symbols of possibility, that you are unapologetic, unequivocal about your success. Remember that you want you to think universal abundance, that there is no shortage for you, that everything works out for your favor. Remember that you are a winner, a champion, and that each morning you wake full of energy and vitality, anxious to enjoy another day. You're speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful. And know that regardless of your situation, you are not your circumstances, and that you're going to challenge yourself to get the best out of you. You're going to remember Proverbs 16:23, that the heart of the wise teaches his mouth and addeth learning to his lips. You're going to teach yourself to speak positivity. You're going to add positive words to your lips. And I want you to know that if you're going to shatter through your glass ceiling, and you're going to shatter through your glass ceiling, if you're going to reach in the lion's mouth, and you're going to reach in the lion's mouth and take what belongs to you. You're going to have to commit to yourself that I'm breaking through in 2022. I'm presenting the best of me, the best of you in 2022. I want you to speak to your world, create your world, and it's time for NAO Global as a family to shoot for the galaxies and dance among the stars. The choice is clear. The water is black. We're changing lives. And this is going to be the best year of your life. Now say it with me. This is going to be the best year of my life.
This is going to be the best year of my life.
I'm shattering through in 2022.
I'm shattering through in 2022.
I'm breaking through in 2022.
I'm breaking through in
2022.
I'm shattering through my glass ceiling.
I'm shattering through my glass ceiling.
I'm reaching in the lion's mouth.
I'm reaching in the lion's mouth.
And I'm going to take what belongs to me.
And I'm going to take what belongs to me.
And unapologetically, I give myself permission.
I give myself permission
to earn more resources, more money.
To earn more resources, and more money
than I ever have. And it's our turn.
And it's our turn
to shoot for the galaxy.
To shoot for the galaxy.
Dance among the stars.
And dance among the stars.
All right. Okay, so it's time to speak to your world, create your world. I want you to know that my name is Michael Diamond, international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert in personal development. And I'll see you in the winner's circle.
All right. Warm zone.
I'll see you
in the winner's circle.
We are absolutely appreciative, Michael. We appreciate you so much, sir. Thank you for coming by and grazing us with, such love and professionalism and energy. And I love it. I mean, I'm going to let others speak, but one piece that I really love, what you spoke, Michael, is our everyday lives, what we say, what we do, where we walk. There is the opposite side of that. So if I'm on one side and I'm not making 1,000, the other side of that coin is making $1,000. So my projective is I'm gonna project myself to the other side, and I'm gonna be saying I'm making $1,000 a day. I'm walking, feeling strong, no matter what it looks like. I'm gonna project greatness, and I'm gonna go get it because my mindset is gonna be on the other side where everything is positive, everything is working right, people are treating you right. You have commanded a new world inside the world that you already exist in. I want to say thank you and thank you very much. And guys, if you got some questions for Mr. Michael Diamond, please ask.
I would like to say, I want to hear a little something from everyone. That I want to just get a little feedback as to what this did or meant for you.
Okay, Michael, this is Norman. I like to write down what I hear you say, and make copies of it. So I just put together a never again list. And I got a lot of things to go on it. But I'm going to create it so everybody can have it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
That's right. Thank you.
That's so powerful. I want to say to Mr. Joseph, thank you that you got that quantum physics dual reality out of it, because that's imperative that you understand that there is the you that you see, and there's the you God sees. I heard Bishop T.D. Jakes say he paid off a $34 million church in 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, something crazy. And he said, when you want to transform your world, there's 5 words. Lord, give me a plan. He said that there's the you see, and there's the you God sees. And I remember Gideon. Gideon was in the wine press. And Gideon saw him, he was hiding. And God called him a mighty man of valor. And he was looking around like, who? Who, me? Me? So that parallel world is there. Everything that you're wanting and believing, when I was earning $669.69, there was a Michael Diamond earning 50 grand a month. That came from 10,000 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, and now going to 100. And I want you to go with me. And I want to also say about that never again list. You get that never again list and you write that down, and you write down every negative, nasty thing you've been saying about yourself and put it on that never again list.
That's right.
And be cognizant, conscious of it. All right. Go ahead. Somebody else.
Well, for me, about training my subconscious, because I do have a habit of saying the negative things, you know, I'm tired or whatever, but it's important for me because my sister, you know, I'll start saying things, she'd be like, you know, she stopped me all the time, like, don't say that, don't say it that way, you know, change the words. Right. Or whatever. So yeah, and I've definitely been working on that. So just training my subconscious to let me know that I can do it. Because I've always said I'm not the talker. I need to quit saying that. Okay. So yeah, yes. So I'm working on that.
Well, I'm so glad you caught that, Marcia. I'm so glad you caught that. And I owe you an apology that I haven't reached out to you. Things have been super busy. I'll call you this week later if you're available this evening. I have your information sitting here. I do apologize. I want you to understand this, and I'll teach on this on the next time we talk. We think 60 to 80,000 words, thoughts a day. Now, here's the stunning fact, is that 80% of those 60 to 80,000 thoughts are negative.
Mm-hmm.
And the caveat is that 95% of those thoughts are the same thoughts from yesterday. So we got this cycle going on that we got to break, because negative thoughts are supposed to be designed to protect us, because negative experiences burn into your subconscious more than positive. That's why sometimes you can forget how you had a good time last week and you're thinking about what went wrong in a divorce or in an accident or something that happened last 2-3 years ago, because your mind is programmed to think negativity. So I'm going to teach on how to intrude that 5% window and transform your thinking so that you're thinking positivity most of your day, and that you become cognizant every time you're about to say something negative. You go, no, I ain't letting it come out of my mouth. So I'm glad you caught that. That was something I wanted to work with you on, because you had said, I've never been in multi-level marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, people that have never been in any career always do better than those that sometimes have, because they don't come in with any bad habits. They're teachable, coachable, and trainable. So I just want you to know that, you know, because I hear people say, well, I'm not a salesperson. I'm really not a salesperson, and I'm not really good talking to people like that. That's really, and they're creating their own reality.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you caught that. We'll train on that. I'm glad.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Somebody else.
My question happens to partner off of what you just mentioned. And what would you say are the most important skills beyond the positive affirmations that make a successful marketer?
Okay. I would say having positive habits and having a system. So what do you mean, Diamond? What makes someone professional, in my opinion, successful is the fundamentals. Like, you've got gifted people that play ball. And if you've ever watched Stephen Curry, people come early just to see him practice. I mean, people will show up an hour early just to see Stephen Curry practice because his practice is why he's so successful. Because once he's in the game, he's just following, it's just natural. He's done it so many times, it's about repetition. So yes, positive affirmations reaffirm our mind. It reaffirms the universe because our mouth lines up the universe for what our intentions and belief system is asking for. But we have to have the positive habits and behavior that conditions us so that when we're presented with that situation, we execute with that level of excellence. Let me give you an example. You're standing in a grocery store. There's a woman in front of you. She's got a couple of kids. You don't know her. She doesn't know you. But you've been practicing the art of authenticity and sincerity. And now you speak to her. And you've been practicing that every time you speak, you're speaking with authenticity, sincerity, warmth, and love. And now you say to her, "How'd your day go?" And she goes, "Wow, that sounds real." She's saying that in her spirit. And she turns around with a smile and she goes, "It was okay. How was yours?" Now you're engaging. That could be a man, that could be a woman. "I see the kids. How's everything going with the family?" "Oh, it's going good. Thank you very much." So now you're practicing the art of engagement. So the positive affirmations are powerful and they're a necessity, but execution, massive action, defeats all fears. So I would say when you're attempting to do great things, remember the power of baby steps. Just keep taking baby steps, keep moving forward, keep executing, keep putting yourself in uncomfortable positions. Because when you're in an uncomfortable position, speaking to a stranger, you're growing. You're putting yourself in a position to grow. So it becomes a numbers game. When I was in the office, I knew that I had to take so many calls and speak to so many people because I knew so many people were going to say no to me. So if I only spoke to 2 people all day and they both said no, I'm bummed because I didn't give myself a greater opportunity to get a yes. So I would say massive action defeats all fear, practice authenticity, sincerity, and speak to as many people as possible. I want to share this with the team. I keep this chart and I'll send it to you. This is being recorded and I want you to send me a copy of this, Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
But I want you to understand that 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople never make, 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. 80% of sales. What do you say? 80% of sales are made on the 5th and 12th contact.
Woo. Wow.
I want all of you to get this information and write it down. Email me, I'll send you a copy, or just write it down. You got the video, watch it, write this down, because that's what I want you to do in response to that question. Aside from positive affirmations, Michael Diamond, what other things would you say would help me in my sales with multi-level marketing? Massive action. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. I had a woman once, I called her like 6 or 7 times. And I was a young salesperson. It was probably 950 years ago. And my attitude started changing. I was like, okay, all right, Miss Rebecca, I've called you like 5 times now. Okay, well, I'm sure you've changed your mind and you no longer want to do it. So you take care. Bye now. And I mean, I wanted her to know I was pissed. So I want you to understand, when you're in sales, you don't need to let people know what you think.
That's right.
Don't take nothing personal.
That's
That
right.
woman called me back. It's the Godfather. It ain't personal. It's business. Don't take a no like, oh, no, he didn't. No, she didn't say no to me. Don't know. You shaking your head so long, your wig fall off. No, just be like, it's okay. That woman called me back and said, Diamond, Michael Diamond, I'm sorry I didn't call you back, but my grandmother died in Tennessee and I've been gone. I'm sorry. I really want to go with you. Call me back. So when people say no, remember, no only means I don't understand. I don't have enough information. So don't take anything personal. Take massive action and keep moving forward. And the very people that say no are going to say yes, either to you or to someone else. Like Paul said, Apollo watered, Paul watered, Apollo got the increase. So I want you to understand that the choice is clear. The water's black. I was talking to a woman that today who just got diagnosed with colon cancer, and she told me, she said, Michael Diamond, you mentioned something to me about black water and you didn't get back with me. I want that black water, Michael Diamond. I want that black water. I've been hearing so much about this black water. Bring me over some black water so I can buy some black water. Where'd you go? You told me you were so excited about this black water and I gotta have it. Bring it over. So just keep, like Johnny Appleseed, just keep throwing them seeds out there. Just keep moving forward. Keep thinking of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Keep moving forward. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much. Very useful information.
Okay. As I move on, before we move on, what are your challenges that you're currently facing now?
Me personally, I'm just here on a speculative basis right now.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I like speculative. I do. Well, come on in. The water's fine. Get your black water swimming suit on and get on in. Okay, somebody else, give it to me. We wrapping up.
Mr. Diamond,
And thank you for joining tonight.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes, sir.
Deacon Paul Jackson here. I appreciate all that was shared this evening. So much that impacted me personally. So much of what you shared resonated with me in understanding that the subconscious does not rationalize. It receives direct, and what we speak, it responds and it acts on.
Yeah.
So thank you for that reinforcement. What resonated greatly is that we must call on things as though we must call on things that be not as though they were.
Yes. Yes.
That's very key, and that's very empowering. It's very empowering as well. I also appreciate the fact that you shared how important it is to position yourself every day with a positive mindset. So whatever you encounter during the course of the day does not derail you or detract from you. That's very powerful. And then the last thing I would share, because you shared so much, and I thank you for it. When we come to understand that we are changing people's lives, that's bigger than the gratification. The gratification is not always monitored.
Yes.
It's bigger than that. And that's why when you speak to how we see ourselves and how God sees us, that's distinctly different. But if you know that you are empowered by God, then the stage has already been set. And all you have to do is be one with courage enough to get it done. And that is what resonated so much in your sharing this evening. So I thank you for that. It impacted me greatly. And I thank God for you.
Wow. Praise God, my brother. Wow. You know what? I am seriously blushing right now, y'all. You can't tell, but because of my tan, but I'm blushing, y'all. I'm serious. You know, you said so much and you said it all. You know, our subconscious mind does not distinguish our reality. Its fiduciary responsibility is to execute what we say.
Amen.
And when you think of the design of the computer, it was mimicking the mind. And the mouse is the keyboard. And when you type into the keyboard, you don't gotta do, the two-step. You don't gotta sing a song and dance. You just type it in. Its fiduciary responsibility is to find whatever you typed, not to question you, not to wonder, was that what you meant? Where Google comes in is Google comes up and says, did you mean this? And your subconscious just brings to pass its fiduciary responsibility. So when we say things like, I just can't seem to lose weight, girl, your subconscious mind says, you said you can't seem to lose weight, so we ain't gonna lose none. That's what you said. And we do have to call those things that be not as though they were. We have to make sure that we're inundating ourselves with positivity so that we shatter through that cycle of 80% negativity and transform that. All of that reminds me, and yes, Romans 4:17, calling those things that be not as though they were, is having the courage it takes courage. Because you're looking at your circumstances and you're thinking, I remember when I used to do motivational events way back about 800 years ago. I mean, I was so broke, I didn't have I had two lint balls in my pocket telling people you can live your dream. And I kept calling those things that be not as though they were. All of that makes me think of Numbers 11, 23, 21, 22, and 23. God told Moses, the people had heard God's heart. And he said, I'm going to feed them flesh for 30 days. They want flesh, I'm going to feed them flesh. Not 5 days, not 1, not 5, not 10, not 15, not 20, not 30 days. Moses said, Moses is arguing with God. Moses said, wait a minute. I got 600,000 footmen here, not counting children and women. What are we going to kill all the fish in the sea? What are we going to kill the herds, the flocks for them? And the Lord said unto Moses in Numbers 11:23, is the Lord's hand waxed short? In other words, did you forget that I parted the Red Sea? That I killed Pharaoh? That I had you in the wilderness and fed you manna? A cloud by day, fire by night. Did you forget that? The Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now, whether my word shall come to pass unto me or not, unto you or not. And in the Numbers 11:31, a wind left the Lord, and the Lord brought quail from the sea and fed over 2 million people in the wilderness. His all-sufficiency is more than capable of superseding all natural events. Jeremiah 1:12, he's active and alert, watching over his word to perform it. Dare him, call him at his word, and I'll see you in the winner's circle. You're so right, Pastor. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We're going to do this together.
Amen.
Man. Amen.
I know we've gone OT. I know we're in the OT.
Yes.
And, Mr. Joseph went all out. You guys know I fill out at $20,000 an hour, and I'm pouring into you guys right now. So I want you all to get this recording, take those notes, and I want you to be committed to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to hear from one more person before we wrap it up.
Mr. Diamond.
Yes, sir.
Art Llewellyn. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, Mr. Llewellyn.
Just want to say that I really appreciate you. Thank you for pouring into us as a family.
Yes, sir.
I'm just so proud to be a part of this team that's getting ready to go from where we are to a whole different level. So thank you for your time. Thank you for believing in Mr. Joseph. Thank you for all that you do and all the other businesses that you do. Thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a great friend, a great mentor. Shalom.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Art Llewellyn. Thank you very much for being my friend, being a powerful, mighty man of God. Just know that I love you. I love all you guys, man. I'm praying for you. I'm interceding for you. I'm standing in the gap. And I'm going to collaborate with you. And as I gave you my word, along with Mr. Joseph and Mr. Art Llewellyn, I will be positioning with Mr. Joseph. We'll be talking about doing our follow-up sales development and training, motivational sales development and personal development and training in about 2 weeks. I want you to understand the most important thing to transform your life, and I want to revisit the visitor who said she's still just on the fence, just kind of looking and just kind of seeing and just came as a guest. The biggest development that's going to happen this year is the growth in you. What's in you will come out of you, and what comes out of you will be all around you. We'll work on that. Remember that it's time to speak to your world, create your world. It's time to shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth, take what belongs to you, shoot for the galaxies, and dance among the stars. My name is Michael Diamond, international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert in personal development. And I'm telling you, the choice is clear. The water's black.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody on the Zoom call, let's give them a warm thank you. Greatly appreciate
Thank you,
it.
brother. Thank you. Thank you.
We're going out tomorrow with renewed minds. And we're
That's
going to
right.
stay on the positive side, and we're going to move mountains. Thank you, Mr. Michael Diamond. We appreciate you so much. You're always so helpful and warm and caring. And we are also we appreciate the Bible verses so we can go back and we can lock it into our minds and put it into our notes. Like I told you guys, we're getting an extra special treat. Imagine walking in greatness with a sound mind. Whew, that's powerful. Walking in greatness with a sound mind. Thank you, sir, so much. We greatly appreciate you. We look forward to the next episode of Mr. Michael Diamond. And folks, remember, invite. Because this is a jewel right now. I can assure you this. Within 6 months, we're going to have to open up another internet because we won't be able to get enough people onto the call. That's how powerful this is going. And it's going because like-minded, like-hearted, no big eyes, no little U's. We're all in it to win, win, win. Thank you, sir. I can go on all night, but you guys, let's get ready for the next one. Awesome. And then also you want to be right back here tomorrow night because we got our own Deacon Paul Jackson, which is going to be doing a magnificent presentation. I want you to come in tomorrow with that energy, that kinetic energy. And we're going to blow Paul's presentation because we're going to have so many people. Thank you, sir. We're fired up. We're just looking for another day. And remember this, you don't have to be better than anybody. You just got to be better than you were yesterday. Just be better than you was yesterday, and you are going to reach the top. Thank you. Welcome to the winner circle. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm going to have to start calling you Dr. Michael Diamond. So, because I tell you, boy, whoo, glory, hallelujah. All right, guys. I'll go on all night, so I just gotta let it go. Thank you, sir.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also,
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Thank you, Michael Diamond.
I enjoyed that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And
right,
thank
good night,
you,
everyone.
Pamela
Diamond.
Burrow. And thank you, First Lady Pamela Barrow-Brooks, for setting everything up, making sure the platform was right for Mr. Diamond. We appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Teamwork, framework.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.